It's become so ubiquitous it is now a style of rifle rather than being what it is. Well, I guess that makes sense because there's a Colt. Or there's a carbine and all this other shit. Modularity, blah blah blah, production, blah blah blah. So I need general magazine style.
For the record, Lampe, I'm muted because I am chewing on my apple.
Yeah, it's bullshit, so that's for the best.
Indeed.
Slav side. American Tactical. Yeah, this asshole. Talk to me about this American Tactical. There's not a... There's not a link to anything. Well, I mean, I know what 5.56 is. That's not what I'm asking you. 5.56 is International 45. I mean, how many do you put in it? That's what I mean. Besides, most of them for commercial use are fitted for 22. I suspect that you can put considerably more 22 in than 5.56. No, apparently not. A lot of these, it's an external magazine, and it's fitted for either 5.56 or 22, which is mind-blowing to me. I didn't think that was doable. But, you know. They don't say number of rounds, presumably because it is correct that there are more rounds for 5.56 than, or for 22 than 5.56. No, don't show me an ad. I don't have time for that shit. 10 rounds? 10 rounds? That's pathetic. I was thinking 20. 10 rounds? Most of these are 10 rounds. This is 24.
My apple has been consumed.
Alright, 20 rounds. 20 rounds of use. Okay, so it's 20. Which is not the way I like to do things. I like number of times fired as a metric. But we can't do it that way. It has to be in the special rules specifically drawn out how many rounds you fire when you're using the auto 2 mode versus the single shot mode. But that's the whole point, is that it has a single shot mode. Otherwise, you wouldn't bother using an assault rifle. You'd use a light machine gun or a submachine gun. So... Shit. No, not the row. The column, you idiot.
For the record, I figured out how to randomly roll the kits.
Good job.
I have produced a diplomat survivor, which sounds suspiciously like someone who wanders from town to town, being charming and taking jobs. With whatever team needs someone, right?
Well, I don't know. A diplomat specifically has things about making lasting connections, and then they have on top of that survivor, which is doesn't die.
Right, so I'm pretty sure that whatever town this motherfucker goes to, he has at least one friend. He has contacts everywhere.
Oh, I see what you mean. He travels around because he has contacts in different places.
Yeah. And maybe originally he was traveling around just because, that was the thing, but he's a diplomat, so he makes connections, and now he has contacts literally everywhere. And maybe at some point, a contact from 2 towns that way is like, hey, you busy?
Something about the way you're describing it makes him sound like he's in the Old West. Instead of the
Survivor kind of feels like Old West to me, even if it isn't.
Well, you could do a Joss Whedon's Firefly.
Yeah.
I was adding an additional die. Maybe it changes what the die is up one. I've been calling that die category in the lamp edition. Damn mechanical keyboards.
This motherfucker is a useful couch surfer. That's another way to think of him. You don't even care that he's crashing on your couch for a week. Bastard.
Alright, rate of fire is 5/1.
Four.
Okay.
A Beastmaster Ripperdoc?
Range. Still can't believe assault rifles are effective at 800 meters. It's so mind-bogglingly far. I mean, you wouldn't think that a weapon that fires so quickly would be effective at that range. But that's probably why they set the burst to 3 rounds, is specifically to maintain that. Assault
Would a
rifle, base damage is 8.
would a Ripperdoc Beastmaster have a cybernetic dog?
Almost certainly. I mean, what the hell? Why do you have a Ripperdoc if it's a Beastmaster if he doesn't have a cyborg dog?
That's fucking cool.
Probably shouldn't be a dog. It should probably be some kind of weird indigenous life form that is unique to the world.
Yeah.
Also cybernetic.
Also cybernetic.
Yeah, and like weird and dangerous. Like some kind of
giant
big-ass...
cybernetic spider.
Yeah, I was gonna say like some kind of furry scorpion. A cross between a spider and a lizard. A flying shark with 2 legs. I don't know. It's an alien. Come up with something. Alright, what's an assault rifle from this world?
A turtle with, like, that can have wheels and a jetpack. So it runs around. But it's very large and you can ride on it.
A large size category rocket turtle.
Yeah.
Sure. That's a kaiju. What's his name? What's that kaiju? I can see several versions of it, but I can't think of its name. Okay, what was the megacorps that I was thinking was good? It was, how about Nova Transit? Yeah, Nova Transit is a megacorp. So megacorps are, in a lot of ways, they're gods. I'm basically rolling with the concept of 3rd edition god pantheons. So Nova Transit, they need 3 domains. Not Nova. Nova Transit's domains are, of course, transportation. Actually, you can subdivide that further. Teleporters, vehicles, starships.
A street samurai rig pilot, and I'm pretty sure that's just Anakin. Interesting.
Yeah, Anakin Skywalker is definitely that. I mean, he's got psychic stuff because he's also a Jedi, but Jedis are cheaters, and everybody knows it. Jedis have got.
Well, yeah, but he developed the. Actually, technically, that'd be really. So yeah, I think Anakin would have started out with as like a psychic of some sort, rig pilot, and then get the street samurai later.
Yeah, exactly. But he was also a builder technician, which is fine. You can just have those skills for that. You don't need that to be specific to your. You don't specifically need any kit to do anything. Because all the stuff you can get from kits, supposedly, even though I have not done this yet, you can get from things generally. Although I've been thinking some of them should be cartoned off. And even then, I'm not sure how. Like, why are only grifters gamblers? It's not like it's cheating. It's Card Shark. There's no reason this can't just be a feat. In fact, it probably should be.
Marksman.
In fact, I've decided that's what we're doing. Because I'm a lot more comfortable with it anyway. I'm cutting those. And they become Card Shark and Fast Talking feats. Cutting words and doodly powers. Except they should be in the opposite order now.
Marksman Spirit Tracer. Interesting.
Yeah, he shoots people so that he doesn't have to interrogate them. And he just gets knowledge from their corpses later.
That's pretty fucking cool.
That's rude is what
and
it
evil.
is. Yeah, he's a dipshit. Like, what an asshole.
That sounds like a villain.
Yeah, that's a real good villain too. Heroes have to come up with a plan to deal with him, knowing that if he knows that they're coming, he'll kill them before they ever know he's around. That's neat.
and ask who sent them, and then they'll have no choice but to betray them because they're dead.
Because they're dead, yeah, exactly. Oh, god damn it. Just store it over here just in case. Just in case it comes up again.
I feel like the bodyguard grifter is guarding their own body. Probably.
Or it's a significant other. Or a sibling. Because they literally have a power where they, like, take a bullet for somebody. Just because they're a grifter doesn't mean that they're... Or just because they're a bodyguard doesn't mean they're noble.
Yeah.
Even if they're willing to throw their life away for another person, that doesn't necessarily mean it's because they're themselves a good person.
Lampay, I know the perfect thing for this character. Yeah, I'll let you in to see them. If you beat me at a game of cards. Which they cheat at.
You keep making Old West characters. You're watching too much Firefly.
Look, it says right there that they're good at, like, games of chance and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of games of chance.
You even said it in a...
Especially not ones that you can carry in your pocket. There's, like, dice and cards. Could be coins.
I don't know about that. I mean, seriously, there's probably some kind of fucking space Pokemon by then that you can do this shit with. I don't know what you're talking about.
Grifter literally has the card shark feat. It's called Card Shark.
Yeah. Doesn't mean you have to use a fake southern accent when you say it. FG, not G. What is wrong with you? Thank you, Lindy. Fast talk. Alright. Those are feats now, and I'm a lot more comfortable with the situation.
Oh, by the way, do you have the survival feat in that one? This one doesn't have it. But you mention it under Survivor.
No. Survivalist bonus feat. I was gonna copy it out of a book, and they didn't actually have one. And I was like, really? But that makes sense to me now because it's not a feat in that system. It's the result of a particular skill.
Makes sense.
Why is this where you put it? Explain that. What? QRM? What is happening right now? MPL? Even then, survival should go at the end. Underline.
The caster medtech that I just rolled sounds like the one person in their class who wasn't constantly blowing themselves up and was in fact patching up everyone else.
They can defibrillate on their own.
Yep.
The machine.
I figure if you're trying to teach a bunch of casters, you get explosions, much like, you know, with wizards. Leatherback was the kaiju with the blaster, I believe. If you were meaning from Pacific Rim, is what Jimmy says.
The fucking Pacific Rim.
We were talking about the giant rocket turtle.
That doesn't mean Pacific Rim isn't trash. It's just Americans trying not to admit they want to make anime in real life. The only reason Pacific Rim exists is because they couldn't figure out how to bang their anime waifus, and they're hoping that they can somehow bridge the gap by making movies about giant robots. It's bullshit.
No Lampe, Pacific Rim was about punching climate change in the face. Because we're Americans and we want to punch our problems in the face.
With robots that are clearly Japanese!
Yes. We want the Japanese to help us punch global warming in the face. For the record, in Pacific Rim, the kaiju were metaphors for hurricanes, if anyone who is watching this in the future was not aware. And they keep on getting bigger because of the climate change is getting worse and making hurricanes bigger. They're getting bigger and more frequent. That's another psychic. In fact, that's another Soul Tracer. That's a Soul Tracer academic. That's just Lampe. He proceeds to ignore me, which is fair, because I am being a silly person. And yes, nuking is what Americans are all about.
Gamera.
We are the country best at nuking things. Mostly because we're the only one that has ever nuked another country. That's what makes us best at it.
H. Bomber Guy did a whole thing on that.
The last H. Bomber Guy thing I watched was the Christmas episode, because it was on the War on Christmas. And the one before that was the one you showed me.
No. It wasn't H. Bomber Guy. H. Bomber Guy did not do a thing on nuclear weapons, which he should. He's H. Bomber Guy. It was Sean. And he did a 3-hour-long dissertation on the history and of the use of the nuclear weapon. I think we're talking about Gamera. That's the one that's the big flying turtle thing. There's not a date on this, and that's a problem for me. Dates need to be easy to find on web pages, and you can't necessarily do that on YouTube for some reason.
This latest role is simultaneously cool and boring because it's a Beastmaster solo. I just know that character, right? That feels like a trope.
Seems to be.
I feel like they have a mount and they just charge in and kick ass.
Okay.
For the record, I think this is a really good way to learn all the different options because it makes you think about them and how they can integrate.
Well, it's basically what the Nostria approach is all about, right?
Yeah.
That being the case. Okay, survivalist is now feet. Well spotted. Let's go back to the weapons chart.
I feel like the academic outlander might be a biologist.
We can just do a base 8 for that. Rate of fire is only 1, obviously. 20 meters? No, 50 meters. And while we're at it, pistols are also 50 meters and shotguns are 20 meters. This is something I know offhand. Light machine gun. There's not a multiple rate of fire. Fuck it, I'll just throw a star in there if there's something special and they can look that shit up later. Damage is D8.
Meter.
Light machine gun is
Leader vigilante. That's just Captain America.
LNG range is 600 meters. Let's do cost. And assault rifles, we'll do 2. Hand cannons. Pistols, precision rifles, and shotguns, we'll do 1. Submachine guns are 2. Sniper rifles and machine guns are 3. Okay. Pistol. D6.
Night, Jimmy.
Yes, good night. Precision is D2. Shotgun is D8. D8. Sniper is my instincts are suddenly pushing me in the direction of colony wars, but that's because I just changed my mind about the dice. means at least a note, even if it's not a special rule. We should probably have one as well, because there's feats still out here. No, well... Yeah.
We've gotten to the point where I'm starting to get repeats.
Yeah, you're never... Whenever you're doing something like that, especially if it's just to entertain yourself, you never run it out. You put a limit on it and then don't push that limit. That's why I didn't just do that random story generator until I couldn't stand to look at it ever again. Because I would have, if left unsupervised. Okay, how many rounds do you put in your 306? Fucking 3 kilometers. Fucking snipers. What a load of bullshit. That's so far!
I'm annoyed that you just made me want to reread Toasterverse, because that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I'm upset that that doesn't make sense as well. I'm generally upset that you don't make sense, by the way. That happens.
But, there's a character in it, and when someone's like, alright, what sort of gun are you used to? You ever sniped things before? Only in the traditional sense. What? As in I can shoot a snipe that's taking flight. And now I want to reread the entire series!
That's the 1890? 1903. I want the 1903. I did 5 kilometers. Gee, Josephat. Right, number of rounds. Actually, no, it's fine, because it's ancient. Maybe that'll be good enough. Five rounds triple clip. So you could theoretically do like 10, right? I mean, it seems a little weird that it's 5. $25 rounds. We'll call this 10. This 8. This submachine gun is effective up to 200 meters. That one I'm very skeptical of too. You just fire a wall of lead in a direction, and presumably the thing in that direction gets a lot of lead in it. It doesn't have to be accurate. Okay, assault rifles are versatile combat. Versatile combat guns. I leave this burst fire. Two firing modes. One is auto to burst fire. The other is super fire, which conserves ammunition. I don't need another one till shotguns? Sweet. Shotguns. Short range. Deadly up close. Pinch. You can fire slugs instead of splash shots. Shotguns normally do. Normally have the melee crit property. And they automatically
Ooh, it's windy.
yes, this is true. That's probably why I keep hearing the banging noises I've been talking about. And I also heard the things going on in my neighbor's yard that happened in my neighbor's yard when it was windy, which are very specific metal clanging against metal things. A slug does not have this property